Hello everyone, welcome back to the Forex Signals TV YouTube channel. I'm Shane Vernier, market analyst over at forexsignals.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands were created by market technician John Bollinger in the early 1980s. Bollinger Bands can be extremely complicated. A lot of people believe in these intricate systems that use Bollinger Bands to capitalize on price action. All you need to remember is this: Bollinger Bands measure price elasticity. That's it, and that is all. As price elasticity grows, as volatility grows, the Bollinger Bands get wider. As it tightens, as it narrows, as the markets go flat, the Bollinger Bands get tighter. So what can we say about how to trade Bollinger Bands? There's a very specific way to trade wide open Bollinger Bands, and there's a very specific way to trade tight, closed Bollinger Bands. In this video, we're going to show you two strategies on how to trade Bollinger Bands and get the most out of your intraday, day, and swing trading using this powerful technical tool. The key thing to remember about Bollinger Bands, they're like a river. Some areas are very, very wide, some areas are very, very tight. Each represents a unique market state. When we apply the proper strategy, we can capitalize no matter what the market does. First one we're going to go over is the Bollinger Band strategy number one, trend. The goal is to capitalize on a directional move in price. It'll work on any time frame and any product. However, it does function best on liquid volatile markets. One of the biggest advantages to this strategy is you can put on robust risk versus rewards, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s. Given the proper conditions, extraordinary profitability is possible. This right here is our goal. We want to cash in on a directional move in price. A good look at the 30-minute chart on the USD, Japanese yen. You can see exactly what happened. We came up to the top, we reversed, and right in here, this area right here, when we fall beneath that lower Bollinger Band, we want to capitalize on this market to the short side. Let's see how that's done. We execute. Current price bar, our PB1, as soon as it closes outside of the Bollinger Bands, either to the high or to the low, we buy or sell accordingly. A stop loss is placed above or below PB1's range. And then we look at a take profit at a fixed risk versus reward, point and click, 3 basic steps. Here's a real case, real world scenario right here. Here's our price bar 1. You can see the bullish break, a close. As soon as price bar 1 closes above our upper Bollinger Band, we buy. We don't question, we jump in and we buy. Immediately we put our stop loss down beneath price bar 1. That gives us insulation. In this case, we're at 130.69. Our entry was right at 131.25. And with a 1 to 3 risk versus reward ratio, we're up there at 132.93 with our take profit. You'll notice robust price action was the case. We reached our profit target with very, very little resistance. Now that we've covered strategy number 1, trend, let's talk strategy number 2, reversion. We're going to apply this strategy when the creek gets narrow, when the river shrinks. We're going to try to capitalize on rotational price action. This strategy also will work on any time frame, on any product. Works best on slow, range-bound markets. Now for this strategy, we're going to use a conservative risk versus reward 1-to-1 ratio. I don't recommend going any larger than that. Remember, we're trying to capitalize on flat, stale markets. And the beauty of this strategy is you're only wrong once. Once that market breaks out against you, you get stopped out, you move on to the next one. Right here, this is a flat market. This is textbook flat market. What we have is nice tight Bollinger Bands. You also notice that the upper and lower BBs have little to no slope. That's key. Remember, flat. We're looking for no slope lines. We're not looking for a move. We're looking for flat markets. Maybe the biggest thing to remember about this strategy is you do need a 3-bar confirmation, meaning you need at least 3 price bars that go inside of your Bollinger Band completely. As you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, we've got the beginning of a trading range. Typically, the longer these ranges go, the more lethal they are. So let's get into exactly how to execute. Execution is 3 easy steps, just like trend. First, you have to identify your established range, minimum 3 price bars. Then we just sell the upper extreme and we buy the lower extreme. Our take profits are at 1-to-1 risk versus reward. Once again, they're conservative. This isn't trend trading. We're not looking to get a huge directional move. We're not looking to make a fortune. We're not buying crypto and looking to be a crypto millionaire. What we're doing is we're identifying range-bound markets. We're selling the upper extreme. We're buying the lower extreme. It is that simple. Let's get into exactly how to do it. Right here, 1-to-1 risk versus reward. What we're going to do is look to sell the upper Bollinger Band, and we're going to look to buy the lower Bollinger Band, and our profit target is in the middle. That's why these strategies are called reversion to the mean. We're trying to find the baseline of our range, and we're going to put our profit target there accordingly. A few of you are already looking, you're saying, okay, that's a decent entry. Well, what about this one? We're going to get to that in just 1 second. 1-to-1 risk versus reward. That means our profit target at the center of this range, our maximum stop loss is going to be right up there at that 1-to-1 ratio. Let me show you how it works. Right here, 1-to-1 risk versus reward. If you're trading range, don't forget 1-to-1 risk versus reward. 1-to-1 risk versus reward. You're sitting right in here, boom, there's a positive entry. There was our 3-bar combo. Boom, there's your entry. There's another entry right there. Here's a fantastic sell entry right here. Now it looks like, well, how big of a draw am I gonna have to take, Shane, to stay in this trade? It's not that big. This is a daily chart on the USD, Japanese yen, as you can see right here. Boom, your entry is at 115.88. Your stop loss is at 117.01. Your take profit is at 114.75. How did I get the stop loss value? I took a look at my upper Bollinger Band and my lower Bollinger Band, divided it in two. Right there on our Bollinger midpoint, 114.75 is our target. At least at a basic 1-to-1 ratio, we're looking at putting our stop loss up here. And as you can see, the trade cashes in beautifully. Right here, you get another entry that cashes in. Of course, this profit target's a little bit different. You're gonna base that off of your midpoint. As those Bollinger Bands narrow, everything becomes smaller and more compressed. And then eventually you break and your stop loss is right in here. You get stopped out. You don't go along for this ride expecting this market to turn to the short. So really a fantastic way to trade dead markets. It really complements the trend strategy well. We just took a look at the USD Japanese yen on a 30-minute chart, and we capitalized on that short-term trending price action. We just took a look at the USD, same market, USD JPY, on a daily time frame, and capitalized when that market flattened out. If you can master these two Bollinger Band strategies, you can be profitable in any market. So what'd you think? Those are two ways that you can get involved in the Forex right now today. You can take those Bollinger Bands, you can now trade trends, you can now trade rotations. You can trade them on any product, on any time frame, anywhere in the world. If you were stuck and didn't know how to get into the Forex, now you do. But don't take my word for it. Get in there, do some back testing, do some walk forward optimization, take a look at some Monte Carlo simulators, meddle around with your risk versus rewards, put your own personal spin on it. Any trading strategy that's going to work has to be intuitive. You have to know what you're going to do before you're going to do it, and more importantly, you have to believe in it. So let us know what you think below. No comment is off limits. No question is off limits. If I can, I'll be sure to get back to you in short order. What I will say is our YouTube channel is just now getting back up and running and where it needs to be. We're gonna have 2 videos coming out per week from our analysts, from our team of powerful analysts. You got Scott Greer, myself, Shane Vernier, Nick Quinn, Max Norberry, all of which have an abundance of experience. Add us all up, we're up over 50 or 60 years of experience in the live markets. So what are you waiting for? Be sure that you check out our video, leave some comments below, and pound us on the socials. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like. You'll know anytime we make a move, you'll be there to see it. Now, I'm very passionate about my trading, and I want to thank you for showing up, taking a look at our Bollinger midpoint strategies. In under 10 minutes, I showed you 2 different ways to trade Bollinger Bands. Check them out, kick the tires, take them for a spin, get back to me. Let me tell me what you think of these approaches to the markets. Until then, trade well. And we'll talk soon. See ya.